say Times Square, right here in the heart of New York City. The good thing is you don't have to look at me. It's time to see the Big Apple. Let me flip this thing around. Besides, I never liked how I looked in, with 4 eyes. So let's flip it around. Let me show you the Big Apple. All right, so beautiful night. You can't beat this weather. Now, I'm not a fan of Old Man Winter. So some people are. You come to this area in the winter, the one thing you all worry about in New York City at all times is the wind. You know? There's no wind whatsoever. It's nice stillness in the air, no humidity, mid-70s. It's a beautiful spring. Just on the cusp of pre-summer night. You know, it feels like a little bit of that Christmas you get in the fall. There's some kind of musical act here. I don't know what to do. The stage is packed over there. Which always is. And you can see here, I mean, it's bright lights, big city. Something about it that draws people in. It's the same thing with Vegas, you know? People love these neons. So hit me up, feel free to comment. Just taking a stroll here on business in New York. It's been 8 years since I've been in the city. So nice, they had to name it twice. You know? It's the Big Apple. And I was talking about today to a friend of mine about the swing in politics in New York and about the different mayors. So look at King Kong, Mickey the Mouse, Minnie the Mouse. Here's the thing. You don't tip these son of a bitches. You give them any attention, they're going to get aggressive. So don't even look at them. Look at this guy right here. He's got to be hot. He's going to be smelling this.
People video this.
What? There's been a change in mayors here in New York. It's made the difference. Point being, Giuliani served. 9/11 mayor is America's mayor. And he had this city humming. I mean, this whole city. If you don't like weed, you're in big trouble. Don't come to New York because it just stinks like friggin' weed. It also smells like piss. So you get a little bit of a waft of each. Sometimes, all the time. Sometimes it's every few steps. But it's all about street performers. Let's go see this dude right here. Since I was a little kid, I've been intrigued by the right street performers. Drumsticks on buckets, dancing. A good break dancer is a good break dancer. You gotta be the best of the best. Make it here, you make it anywhere. That's even just doing street performance. All that's wrong in New York City is still good. And it's still the character and the artistry and giving guys like this. I don't want to call them starving artists and making a living, but street performance. And this dude right here. Like I said, it's a great night. This is RedDawn Media. It's my boy Mother Munitions. Popping me up. Telling me, get out there. You're in New York, RedDawn. Go do it. Please do, Mother Munitions. I'll be right there. Getting down, man. Up in the 80s. I grew up when there was breakdancing classes, and my mom used to drop my brother off. He was pretty good too. There was a pop and lock, worm. There he goes. Oh, all right. It's nice to see. It's nice in New York. Like I said, we're still good in New York. Now this is Grand Slam over here. See a memorabilia, man. I had the same problem I did when I was a kid watching these guys. I start getting the ADD as good as they are. No one better than Judge right now. All right, 99. You look at that bum. Overpriced, overpaid, slob. Soto. You don't get better in New York sports. And my Knicks, they made a run, but they came up short. Next year, the Knicks are gonna be insane, dude. Insane. They got to get a point guard, a point guard, a guy who can between. Play a shooting guard, point guard, and then you get yourself another forward. Knicks are going to go crazy. Now, Mud and Munitions, my fan here, has some great pictures, great video of the Knicks when they beat the Pistons in the second round of the NBA playoffs and the after party. Go check it out. All right. Like I said, it's a gorgeous night, and then you see here in these bleachers, they're always packed. But the thing that's different in the 8 years since I've last been here, the weed smell, the piss smell has increased. These fuckers right here, what's up, Spidey? You don't, there we go, they're gonna get aggressive. Once you say anything to them, they want $1. So I knew better. What that could lead to is a fight with Spider-Man. So you gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with anyone. Plus, where I am right now, you don't forget. This is RedDawn Media. I do the politics, but I just talk to sports and looking at the weirdos and freaks. But I'll tell you this much: that Biden, whoa, as I walk into a little bit of a roadblock. Literally, that's what I walked into. That's a roadblock. You know why those are there, right? Safety. That's why. But that Biden, that son of a bitch, he opened the floodgates. And when he opened the floodgates, I'm going to go right over here and do whip around on 7th Avenue and 47th. And he opened the floodgates and he let every scumbag and degenerate into this country. And guess what? Where I'm walking around right now, I'm doing the broadcast, but you got to have eyes in the back of your friggin' head. Because there's all kinds of illegal migrant scumbags right here, around here. Pickpocketers, dregs of humanity, but like I said, there's still the character and the spirit of New York that shines through, and it feels great. It feels like the old New York here tonight. You see all the folks up on the bleachers. I always wonder, what the hell are they looking at? I don't know. Now, one hell of a restaurant on Road tonight. I had a great Italian dinner. And when you mess around down here, as good as the food is in New York, an Italian dinner in Times Square could equal to an Italian dinner at Olive Garden. So it could be hit or miss, even though New York, to me, still has the best food in the world. But I had a great Italian dinner. Good Italian food in any city, especially New York. It's not too salty, and it wasn't. Fettuccine Alfredo. Got a Corona on the side. Felt like taking a walk. I was like, it's a beautiful night. And that's what you get. Dudes like this hustling. Some baby picture of the woman with her baby. I'll go show you Father Duffy over here. Imagine all the stuff that this dude see. Father Duffy is the eyes and ears of this here institution called Times Square. He's a badass right there, Father Duffy. And you see just lights and lights. Certainly hard to get a spot here December 31st / January 1 each and every year, right? Rest in peace, Dick Clark. I think douchebag Seacrest does it now. But, you know, it's a big New Year's party. Now, right now, I'm walking through, which We used to have in the 50s, they had something called smell-o-vision, 50s and 60s, where they tried to make it where, you know, you smell what's shown on TV. So if someone was eating a bowl of strawberries, you'd smell it, right? If I can do smell-o-vision on this stream, what you would smell, like I said, is either remnants of urine or just wafts of weed. And I just walked through right now. That's not weed, that's just steam coming out of the sewer. But it's almost like that. Clouds of weed everywhere you go in this city. It's pretty ridiculous. Sephora celebrates the LGBTQIA community all year long. We're in New York. Go down Times Square and you start seeing down here. This is the lullaby of Broadway, the center of it all, like the song says. Various theaters. Go down this way, across in a second. I'm on the corner right now. 7th and 46th. It's just packed. It's getting even busier. It's that time of year. People out of school. Summer. Vacationers. I'm all over the place. The weather, like I said, is ideal. So it's a good time to come to New York. And that's how it always has been. No matter how the craziness takes over the city. And there's just, you know, it's not unlike Disney in a lot of ways, right? Disney had a big hook on Times Square for a long time, but it's the same crap you see. Anything a hook to sell, any type of sketch art to modern day where they're doing a digital video. Oh wow, Doc Holliday's over there. Look at that, from DeLorean from Back to the Future. But believe it or not, I've seen this car before. Yeah, I've seen this before in New York, and I saw it in Connecticut. It says Doc Brown on the back. Look at that, dude. I've seen this car before. It's the second time I've seen it. Look at this. It's off the hook. Yeah, Doc Brown. Okay, I'm moving. Welcome to New York. Hey, it's crazy. Where's Marty? And it's actually, he actually looks like Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd, which is even nutty. I've seen this car and that dude. I used to live in Connecticut. He was at a car show back in the day, and I had seen him in New York before too. There he is, Doc. That thing's cool. Doc Emmett Brown right there. Badass. That's so cool. Donate first. Everyone wants to donate. Like I said, you get aggressive. He's getting a little aggressive. That's the thing. Sorry about that. That's the thing about New York. Too much attention, walk away. And even sometimes if you do tip, they get more aggressive. Not enough. So it is what it is, but let me see what I can do for him. I'll go back over there and give him a buck. I'm gonna go check out the damn car, so give me a second. Let's go check out Doc's car, sure. Just want to make sure I wasn't giving Doc a 20. Not worth 20, I'll tell you that much. But he's got $1 for me coming. I'm gonna go check it out. Watch, Doc. We'll see if Doc gets aggressive. Slipping him a 1 instead of a 20. We'll go see what Doc has to say. Hey Doc, I love the car, man. I love it, bro. This is for you. Hey, happy New Year to you. The rest, happy back end of the new year. All right, I'll see you in 2081. All right, it's sick. I've seen you at car shows before. I've seen you. Look at that thing, man. All right, Doc was cool. I gave him a buck. What are you gonna do? some people you have to tip. The dudes in the migrant, I'm saying migrant, the dudes in the, they could be, I think they are, but the guys in, or girls in the costumes, I'm telling you, man, I pounded out the Spider-Man guy. Don't do it. Do not do it. Because they're going to get that shit crazy. That's the way he makes a living. He drives that DeLorean around, holds a sign, says donate. Now, by no means, it's pretty cool though inside. I didn't get to see the other side. Yeah, it's all lit up. Alright, enough of Doc. But, you know. And I'm walking over to Doc, you heard. I really wasn't in the way of anyone. It was just a car zipping through a yellow light. And he wanted to get around me and Doc. So, in other words, you gotta watch out, even when you're not streaming. But anyway, I'm Matt Levine, it's RedDawn Media. I figure come out, do a stream live. Why the hell not, right? Beautiful night in New York City. There's Disney. I mean, Disney still has their store, but for a while, we're pretty tight with running things here at Times Square in certain ways. We'll see what these guys are doing. Back to them. So I told you I got the EADD sometimes, but then I'll go back to what got me bored before. But I'm bored. These guys are incredible performers, but there's just so much to see here that you want to just keep moving around, and I've always been like that. But we'll go back. We'll check them out. I'm going to go from another angle. Pulled in some toys. More munitions, man. It's my fan, kid. Strange things at first shadow.
It's not that kind of show. Hey, fellas, yo. I'm looking at the wall. And we missing something. What's that? Every show. It's not a show. It's on one. What? Hot. Diva. Someone's like, I got her. She's gonna be hot. I said that twice.
I wonder what they make at night. You know? They're incredible. Not only, I mean, the performer's one thing. It's the salespeople, the salesman or salesperson or saleswoman, and that's what it's all about. It's the same thing as all great performers. Street performers, Harlem Globetrotters. The skill's there and the talent, and they practice, of course, but it's the salesmanship that goes into it. You know, you have to persuade them to donate. We're giving you talent, and we're enthusiastic, we've got an act, but we need your money, and that's what it's all about with everything, right? That's the bottom line, is they pull these dudes in. Having fun. And the thing is, you look around, I mean, you can see it, I don't have to tell you. It's a melting pot of the world. Whether or not it's going back to turn of century, post-wars, people from all over. Tragedy, famine, opportunity have come to America from every corner of the world to live here, and then they keep coming back to visit. And you see it's a melting pot. Every single ethnicity is represented here. If we can all get along, that's the beauty of it, but it doesn't always happen. That's the New York I grew up in for the most part. You have terrorist attacked, especially when Giuliani took over. You had piss everywhere, you know, and the weed smell. I said this earlier, Bob Marley himself, I don't think would approve. Believe me, I'm the last one to ever complain anything weed smoke, but it just takes over. Again, this is beautiful Times Square. Look at it. All the neons. Neons draw people in. Vegas, Times Square. Certain appeal. I don't know what it is. I'm filming it though, right? Hit or miss, like I said earlier, with food. Well, New York's the best food city in the world, bar none. Best sports city, yes, close. So much good about it, and that's the thing. You see all the reports and whatnot, random acts of violence, migrants. I mean, it's dirty as all get out. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's dirtier than I've ever. Well, not ever, but pre-Giuliani days, dirty. And there's just graffiti. Flew into LaGuardia and drive up that Brooklyn Queens Expressway, and boy, oh boy, everything is tagged with graffiti. Beautiful buildings that they just built to the old brownstones and high-rises, and anything in between the ugly buildings are made uglier with the graffiti. So it's filthy, and it's not how it should be. And the ball, let's film up in the sky because there's nothing there right now. But actually, this is where the center of it. This is the center spot, the nucleus, where the ball falls. You know, this is it, ground zero, so to speak. Excuse the pun. It's where it all goes down. As I head down here from 46th along Broadway, I go down 47th a little bit. Go down Broadway and see some of the theater. It's where it was busier where I was, but look at it. It's not slowing down. It's getting busier throughout the night. A lot of people. In the olden days, they'd have those cameras, right? With rolls of film, the Kodak rolls, or Fuji. And everything you took, you developed. Nowadays, look, everyone's got a cell phone out. You see a few people. There you go. This guy right here. He's got like a digital old school camera. You see a few. Ooh, I'm sorry. But for the most part, yeah, everyone's in the age taking out these beautiful cell phones, filming a moment in time. Right? Who doesn't like a good memory? But it's not like the old days either, where you look at a photo album, right? It's the parakeet. I'm from Florida, so I see enough parakeets. Literally, people in my neighborhood walking around with those. Big whoop, and they're still cool. So I'm at Levine, here in Times Square, New York City. I'm gonna say, man, it's a little humorous. You know, Frizz is doing what the Frizz is doing. What are you gonna do? You live with the frizz in the hair. Touch of humidity, and that's it. Crazy here or not, I'm coming to you live from Times Square in New York. Born and raised in New York. And in Connecticut. Moved to Florida a dozen years ago to get the hell out of the winter. And like I said, it was a different New York back then. We're going to cross over from Broadway, West 47th. Like I said, we'll go over here where the theater district is, more so. I mean, they call it off-Broadway for a reason. Start seeing the theaters on the side alley streets, but the main street of Broadway is the major leagues, right? So you get a lot of these productions in post-run or pre-run or never run in smaller shows. Smaller legendary theaters, great actors and actresses, but when you go big time, it's no different than professional sports, right? Freaked out. It's like going from the minor leagues to off-Broadway and going to the big leagues of right here in front of me. And years ago, I saw right in this theater I saw Pirates of Penzance. Man, did I hate it. Let's see what's playing now. Book of Mormon, which is like, of course, Become a Legend, Chicago. The Gatsby, about halfway down. About halfway down here, you see the Lion King Cabaret at top. Aladdin, Moulin Rouge, Wicked. So you see that they have all the traditional shows, right? I'm not a Broadway guy. Never was, never will be. Blue Dragon. I don't know what the hell the Blue Dragon is. It's a good question, Jeff. Or Muddy Munitions, my bad. I don't know. Look at this light over here. They found a way, man, with these ring lights. They're strapping a camera to it. And then coming up with like a 360 video that makes, that's pretty cool. I like the production. That's pretty good. So it's on a motor, the light and the camera, and it's a cell phone. It's just flipping around, round and round. And he's capturing it and he's selling it. I like it, man. It looks good. You know? Gotta admit, it looks good. If you're a tourist and you have a few extra bucks, why the hell not? That's one thing I like about that. Talk about memories, right? Alright, so there we are. And of course, I mean, Broadway's not only littered with Disney stuff, but it's gift shops, hotels, restaurants and bars. I just came from, back of me was Restaurant Row. I'm staying a little bit west. Oh wow, look at the Thunderbird. Oof, beautiful. Some great cars tonight. Look at those tires on that. That's nice. You know, that belongs in Broadway right there. I love the black. I'm a sucker for black on black like that. Even when it comes to the classics. And a Thunderbird traditionally, you know, looks great in white, candy apple red. But look at that black. That is slick. Beautiful. Yeah, but, you know, it's a little bit of diversity with every type of business. Now, I went into CVS today. And for the first time ever, all right, and I'm not naive to this, I've heard, Mud Munitions has told me that they lock certain products up to CVS. So I did go into CVS today, not this one, but like I said, I'm staying a little bit west, so I'm about 6 blocks over. And I've been at a show at the trade show at the Javits Center. Well, my point is, I went into CVS closest to my hotel, just like that one. And yeah, they've got products locked up. Now, I've heard about laundry detergent and the cleaning product for your house. I didn't know they lock up the chocolate. I'm talking about the mini Hershey bar, you know, the combo pack with the Good Bar. That's the only time I ever have a Good Bar, the Crunch. I never eat the dark chocolate one. That always throws up. My mom used to like those. But anyway, they lock up all the chocolate. Any type of chocolate. It's like, it's different New York than I've ever been in. So half the items in CVS are locked up. Go figure. My buddy, my colleague, he went to Dwayne Reed. He said the same thing. Is what it is in today's New York. But let's take a little bit up here. Yeah, you gotta watch where you cross. I'll say one thing, man. It's easy to walk around New York with this this camera. Damn right it is. A shame. Muddy Munitions. You know better than anyone. Check out the Muddy Munitions, man. And add all kinds of content. Went to that car show up here in Bear Mountain, New York, which is just outside the city. It's beautiful there. I think you take the Tappan Zee Bridge to get to Bear Mountain, but he's got his car show, and I've seen that Thunderbird and saw the Wacko with the DeLorean. thinking, man, it was like what he saw tonight at the car show. We want to show you. We go up a little bit. That's the Winter Garden Theater right now. And unfortunately, they're featuring one of the all-time horrible libtards in American history. Let's stop zooming in. It's getting dizzying even for me, but it's George Clooney. So good luck and good night. What a creep. So yeah, as you go up on this way of Broadway. Frank. Alright, reconnecting here. Yeah, that's right, dude. You got that right, Mother Munitions. They hit out of the park. So you go down here, and I went to Radio City Music Hall with a good friend of mine, JLB we called him, John LaBarkley. May he rest in peace. Passed away, but he was a Connecticut radio legend. And a legend when it came to Italian history and nostalgia. And long story short was, John was also a Vietnam vet. And one of my good dear friends. But he loved Radio Music Hall, City Music Hall. And he was the head of the ushers. So this is circa 2011? About 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas, we went down to Radio City Music Hall. I still happen to know the oldest person in the box office. Now, my point is this. Not only was he a great guy and everything I just told you, but he has a small cameo in The Godfather. We've seen there in Radio City Music Hall. He's the usher. And so, you know, he had fame after that, but certainly 15 seconds of fame for him as we approach it right down there. And if you've never been to Radio City Music Hall, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because it is one of the great